Over 60? You might think you're eating healthy, but why do your joints still ache? Why does getting out of bed feel tougher in the morning? Or why do your knees feel that sneaky fatigue just from walking through the grocery store? The answer might be hiding in your kitchen, in vegetables that look harmless but could actually be weakening your joints. Is it just age? Or is something else quietly hurting you? Here's the surprising truth. It's not about what you're not doing, but something you're already doing every day without realizing the risk. For decades, we've been told vegetables are always healthy and good for everyone. But here's the fact no one talks about. Not all vegetables are safe for older adults. In fact, some could be silently weakening your joints, even when you think you're making the healthiest choice.
Some vegetables we eat every single week can slowly but surely weaken your legs, worsen joint inflammation, cause knee pain, and make walking harder. Vegetables, often promoted as healthy, can actually be harmful to your leg strength, balance, and mobility. As we age, our bodies change. Our metabolism slows, circulation weakens, and foods that once supported us can now quietly cause pain. Certain vegetables, despite their fresh, wholesome image, contain acids, carbohydrates, and other compounds that can irritate your joints and weaken your legs. The damage is slow and invisible, until one day you feel a sudden cramp in your calves, chronic aching in your thighs, or an uncomfortable stiffness in your knees after just a short walk. If you're over 60 and want to protect your legs from chronic damage, pain, and degeneration, stay tuned. I'm about to reveal the top 7 vegetables you should avoid. None of these are truly safe, even if they look harmless. Once you learn the truth, you'll never look at your vegetable plate the same way again. So, if you value your strength and want to keep your legs strong, steady, and pain-free, watch until the very end. This could be the wake-up call your body has been waiting for. But before we begin, take a second. If you care about your health, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because here we uncover the truths no one else talks about. And if you're with me right now, drop a 0 in the comments so I know you're here. Your voice matters more than you think. Let's start our list with a vegetable that's often praised for reducing inflammation. Yet for seniors, it can have the exact opposite effect. I'm talking about leafy, vibrant spinach. For decades, spinach has been celebrated as a nutrient powerhouse, loaded with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. But here's the truth most people don't talk about. Spinach can be a silent troublemaker for older adults. Spinach is rich in oxalates, natural compounds that, in high amounts, can bind to calcium and form crystals in your joints. As we age, our joints and blood vessels become more sensitive. Those tiny oxalate crystals can build up over time, leading to stiffness, swelling, and a dull, dragging ache in your knees, hips, or ankles. And here's the kicker. Spinach is also high in natural nitrates, which can affect blood pressure medication and, for some, cause circulation issues in the legs. Poor circulation means less oxygen to your leg muscles, making them feel heavier, weaker, and more fatigued, even after a short walk. Some seniors even report that after eating large amounts of spinach, their knees feel tighter, their ankles swell, and climbing stairs becomes harder. The worst part? There's often no sharp, immediate pain to warn you. The damage sneaks in slowly, until one day you realize you can't move like you used to. Now, I'm not saying you should never touch spinach again, but if you're dealing with chronic leg pain, unexplained swelling, or arthritis, you may want to limit your intake, especially raw spinach. And if you think spinach is surprising, wait until you hear about the next vegetable on this list. You've probably been eating it your whole life, believing it was helping your joints, when in reality, it's quietly wearing them down. Potatoes. Soft, filling, and rich in potassium, potatoes have been a staple on our tables for generations. They're said to give energy, help the muscles, and keep you full. But if you're over 60, the story changes. Potatoes, especially when fried or mashed, have a high glycemic index, meaning they cause your blood sugar to spike quickly. These spikes can damage circulation, reducing oxygen flow to your leg muscles. The result? That heavy dragging feeling in your legs after meals, dull aches when climbing stairs, and stiff calves. Even worse, potatoes can disrupt sodium balance and cause fluid retention,
leading to swollen ankles, stiff joints, and uncomfortable edema. You may think potatoes are fueling your muscles, but they could be quietly weakening them over time.
Tomatoes. Small, juicy, and innocent-looking, tomatoes are the star of salads and sauces. They're praised for antioxidants and heart benefits, but they can be a hidden trigger for joint pain and inflammation. The reason? Solanine and their natural acids. These compounds can worsen inflammation in sensitive joints, especially in the knees and hips. Some people report stiffness, reduced mobility, or a slow loss of leg strength after eating tomatoes regularly. The danger is that this doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in slowly over weeks or months, until one day you realize that climbing stairs isn't as easy as it used to be. Eggplant. Eggplant, with its rich color and tender texture, is often seen as a healthy, versatile vegetable. But if you're over 60, it might be quietly fueling your joint pain. Here's why. Eggplant contains solanine, a compound also found in other nightshade vegetables, which can trigger inflammation and stiffness in sensitive joints. In higher amounts, it can lead to the buildup of uric acid, especially in the toes, ankles, and knees. This buildup can cause sudden burning pain, swelling, and a feeling of heaviness in the legs. Have you ever felt a sharp pain in your big toe at night, or stiffness in your calves after even a short walk? Elevated uric acid can be the culprit, and something as simple as adding eggplant to your dinner could be making it worse. The danger with eggplant is that the discomfort doesn't happen instantly. It builds up over time until climbing stairs or standing for long periods becomes noticeably harder. Beets. Beets are known for their vibrant color and natural sweetness, often praised for improving blood flow. But in older adults, they can have the opposite effect. Like watermelon and fruits, beets have a high glycemic load, meaning they can spike blood sugar levels rapidly. For aging bodies, especially those with slower insulin response, these repeated spikes can worsen inflammation in the legs and damage circulation. The result? Stiff knees, swelling in the ankles, and the slow loss of mobility. While beets do contain beneficial nutrients, eating them in excess may leave your joints and muscles feeling heavy and sore, even though you thought you were making a healthy choice. Where does the damage show up? In your knees, ankles, and calves. After eating, you may feel leg fatigue, a dull ache during short walks, and even chronic ankle swelling. Climbing a flight of stairs can start to feel like scaling a mountain. Watermelon may have a soft, delicate texture, but it can wear down your legs like a beautiful trap. Because it's juicy and refreshing, most people eat a lot. One slice turns into 2, then 3, increasing sugar stress and inflammation. It's misleading. You think you're simply hydrating, but your legs ache, your circulation suffers, and your blood sugar spikes. Does watermelon truly keep seniors hydrated, or does every bite slightly increase your movement discomfort? If you eat it often and your legs have been feeling heavier or more tired lately, it might be time to rethink your plate. Oranges. Let's move to a fruit often linked with health and vitamin C. It's a staple in breakfasts, immune-boosting drinks, and fresh juices. Yet, for older adults, it may trigger an acidic attack on the joints. Bright, fragrant oranges are everywhere. In your morning plate, in your glass, even in supplements. They're supposed to strengthen immunity thanks to vitamin C. But for seniors, especially those over 60, oranges may hide an unpleasant truth. Your joints don't like the acid behind that citrus sparkle. Over time, that acid can irritate joint tissue, worsen inflammation, and contribute to stiffness in the knees and ankles. And because oranges are so often associated with health, most people never suspect they could be part of their discomfort. Over time, that acid can irritate joint tissue, worsen inflammation, and contribute to stiffness in the knees and ankles. And because oranges are so often associated with health, most people never suspect they could be part of their discomfort. They may look innocent, but oranges are packed with citrus acids. If you already struggle with arthritis, stiffness, or inflammation, they can quietly irritate your joints.
You might notice chronic hip pain after sitting for long periods, leg discomfort, increased swelling, reduced mobility, and a gradual morning stiffness in your knees. You might just assume you're getting older, but the pain you've been trying to avoid could actually be made worse by your healthy morning glass of orange juice. Here's what happens. The citric acid in oranges doesn't stop in your stomach. It enters your bloodstream and can aggravate the sensitive tissues in your joints. Combined with the fruit's natural sugar, it can spike your blood sugar levels. The result? Swelling throughout your body. Your knees, ankles, and calves can become inflamed, making every step heavier and more painful. As you can see, oranges may not harm the young, but for aging joints and reduced circulation, they can have a stealthy, damaging effect. The worst part? Because oranges have been linked to health for so long, you eat them believing you're doing something good. But now, you realize they might not be promoting your health at all.
Green apples. Next up is a fruit that's crisp, clean, green, and appears lower in sugar. It's often considered a safe choice, but it hides something that can trigger hip pain, stiff knees, and even nighttime leg cramps. Let's talk about green apples. Because they're less sweet, green apples have a naturally crisp, refreshing look. Many people, especially older adults, see them as a healthier option. Low in sugar, a smart snack, right? But what most people don't realize is that green apples can quietly contribute to leg pain, stiffness, and fatigue. There are two hidden threats here: malic acid and natural sugars. First, malic acid. That tangy, sour taste you get from a green apple comes from this acid. While it can be beneficial for younger individuals, it's not always friendly to older digestion. As we age, our gut lining becomes more sensitive, and when malic acid enters the body, it can irritate tissues, including the joints. Some older adults experience unbearable hip or thigh discomfort after eating an apple. Others feel stiffness in their knees or a mild warmth in their feet. It starts slowly, but as acid builds up, the pain becomes more frequent. Then there's the sugar. While green apples aren't as sweet as red varieties, they still contain natural sugars that can spike blood sugar and contribute to inflammation, especially in those with reduced circulation. Over time, that healthy apple a day might not be keeping the doctor away. It might be quietly adding to your joint troubles. It all comes down to choosing what's right for your age, what truly supports your body right now. When you make those conscious choices, you'll feel the difference: lighter steps, smoother mornings, improved flexibility, and less pain. We're not after fear or restrictions. We're after freedom and strength. Now, I want to hear from you. In the comments, tell us what you learned today and which change you're willing to make. Let's support each other, because sharing makes us all better. If this video helped you or even opened your eyes just a little, please hit the like button. And before you go, subscribe so you don't miss out on more tips that could improve your health. If you found this video useful, type a 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. You have no idea how much your feedback matters. Stay resilient, stay mindful, and remember, your independence is worth protecting.